Hi and welcome to this Scratch tutorial. If you're new to Scratch, it is an online software that allows you to code your own animations and games and activities, and it's a really good introduction to computer programming using block code. So if we head over to open a web browser and head over to scratch.mit.edu, and once that's open we're going to just click the create link to start a new project. So in this tutorial we are going to create our own Hogwarts sorting hat emulator. Okay, so we've got a little tutorial box down here which if you're new to Scratch it might be worth having a go at some point, but we're just going to close that for now. And over here we have got this is our sprite section. It's already preloaded with the cat sprite, but we're just going to click the little bin, the little dustbin icon here, and close that down and get rid of it. So what we're going to do with this tutorial is we're going to have a wizard's hat. When we click on the hat, it is going to randomly assign one of the 4 Hogwarts houses. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go and find a sprite. I'm not going to go looking for an actual sorting hat image. I'm just going to choose a sprite from the library. So if we hover here and just click on that first icon, and this will take us to the sprite library. And we can filter it by fantasy. And if you scroll to the bottom, there is a wizard's hat. Okay, it's quite small. So this here is the size section, and I'm just going to change that to 200. Okay, and I'm just going to move it up so it's a bit more centered. Okay, so to start our emulator, we're going to have to launch the code. And to do that, we are going to go to the events section here. These are all the different sections for finding different code blocks. And we're going to just use this when green flag clicked block and drag that into the space, and this is the space where we're going to create your code for the sorting hat. Up here is the green flag, and when we click on that it launches the code and starts running it. So first thing that we want to do is make sure that the wizard's hat is visible. So if you check out this looks section here, this is all to do with how things look and things that appear on the screen, and down here we've got a block that just says show. And we're going to just drag that in and connect it to the green flag block. You can see also there's a hide, so if we wanted to hide the hat at some point, then that's how we would do it. Okay. The other thing that I want us to do is head over to the variables section. Now a variable is something that you create, you give it a unique name and you assign a value to it. So, and it's a way of storing data that can be used throughout your program. So we're going to create a new variable and we're going to call it house, and this is going to be how we represent the 4 houses of Hogwarts in the code. So to start with, we're going to set house, that first block, set house to 0, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to just set the house variable to 0. You can see that it says house 0 in the top corner on your screen over here. We don't want that. So if you look back in the block section, you can see there's a tick next to house. If we just click on that and remove the tick, that will disappear. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to assign a value to each of the 4 houses. Okay, and the way we're going to do that is first of all, we're going to get a forever loop. This is a bit of code that will be constantly running as the program is running. And that is in the control section here, and there it is, forever, and you can see that it's a loop. It's got sort of 2 arms. So the idea is that the code that is between these 2 arms will just run constantly throughout the program. What we want to do is get a block here that is called if then, and we're going to drag that into the forever loop. Now you can see here there's a little shaded shape here, and that is a little space that we can put some information in. We're going to call that a statement, an if statement, and if the statement is true, then the code that is placed in between the 2 arms of the if block will then run. So if we head over to operators, which is this green section here, and there's a little block, and you can see that it's the same sort of shape as the space on the if then block, and it says something equals 50, and we're just going to drag that block into the space. And remember the house variable that we created, so if we go back into variables and where that house block is, just pick that up and stick it in where in the little space, and we're going to just change 50 to 1. Okay, so when we start the game we're going to set house to 0, but if we change the house to 1, well, let's make that Gryffindor, because Gryffindor is the best. So let's find this say hello for 2 seconds block, which is in the looks section, and we're just going to drag that in, and we're going to change hello to Gryffindor. Okay, fab. So we need to do that for all of the houses. Now the quickest way to do that is if you hover on the block there and duplicate it, right click and then duplicate, and we can put that underneath the first block, but still within the forever loop, so it's still within forever. And then we're just going to change 1 to 2 and Gryffindor to Slytherin. Okay, now if we do the same thing, right click on the block and duplicate, and we change the value from 2 to 3, and we'll change Slytherin to Hufflepuff. And finally, if we right click and duplicate, we'll change 3 to 4 and Hufflepuff to Ravenclaw. Okay, so now we need to do something that will cause the hat to change the value of house. So what we'll do in this instance is we will make it so that when we click on the hat, it runs a new bit of code. So if we go to events again, and this time we're going to get the block that says when this sprite clicked, and we're going to just drag that in up here. So when this sprite is clicked, we want the hat to appear to be thinking. So let's go to looks and grab one of those say hello for 2 seconds blocks again, and let's change hello to thinking ... Okay, we'll do that for 2 seconds. Now what we want to do is change the value of house. So we'll go back into our variables section, and we're going to get this second block down, which is change house by 1. Change house by 1. But we don't want to just change it by 1, do we? We want to change it by either 1, 2, 3 or 4. And we want that to be random. So if we go into operators, the green one again, you see this block that says pick random 1 to 10. And we're going to just drag that in to where it says 1. And we're going to change 10 to 4 because we've only got 4 options. So now when we click the sprite, it's going to think for 2 seconds, and then it's going to pick a random number between 1 and 4, and it's going to change the value of house by that number. And then this bit of code here, which is checking for the value of house, will then display either Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw, depending on which value it is set. Now, every time we click the hat, it's going to change the value of house. So we need to make sure that every single time we click the hat, the value of house starts at 0 and adds 1 to 4 to it, 1, 2, 3 or 4 to that value. So we're going to just go into the control section and find the wait 1 second block, and we're just going to wait 2 seconds because that's how long the display the name is going to be displayed for. And then we're going to get that set house to 0 block again and put that in at the bottom. So now we're going to, when we click the sprite, it's going to think for 2 seconds, it's going to change the value of house, it's going to wait 2 seconds, then it's going to reset the house back to 0, so that when we click on the hat again, it'll be starting from 0 and so it'll only ever get the result of 1, 2, 3 or 4. And that should be that. So if you head up to your green flag and click go, now you can see here that it's all highlighted in yellow. It's kind of glowing. That means that the code is running. And if I click the sprite, just watch this section here, you'll see that that starts glowing as well as that runs the bit of code. It's thinking Ravenclaw. Oh, I'm going to have to do that again until I get Gryffindor. Come on, Gryffindor. Yay, Gryffindor. And there you have a sorting hat. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will do some more for you soon. Goodbye.